Hi there everyone! Welcome to this special edition of the Weekly Roundup. We're going to be using special editions as a way of sharing big, breaking news stories that happen outside of our weekly news cycle. We'll be diving a little bit deeper in these episodes and chatting to some of our in-house experts to give you more context and help you stay in the loop. So make sure you're subscribed on whatever platform you're using and give us a shout out in the comments if you like the episode. Microsoft have just announced their biggest update in 3 years, and have clearly been listening closely to feedback from both individual users and businesses. Power BI will be receiving a host of new features and updates that will be rolled out over the coming months. The first big feature on the list is native Power BI integration into PowerPoint. Microsoft have realized that users are frequently creating presentations based on Power BI insights, but normally have to take a screenshot or copy and paste a graph to do so. Now, the firm is adding the ability to embed live, interactive Power BI reports directly in PowerPoint presentations. As presentation attendees react to the insights you're sharing, you can interact with the visuals and change the data using slices, filters, and drill-down mechanisms to dive deeper and make decisions without ever having to leave PowerPoint or struggling to format a screenshot. In addition to an embedded Power BI report in PowerPoint, Microsoft have included another feature that our in-house expert Jess will explain for us.
You can have it both static so that, it won't update when people see it. But you can also then just freeze and unfreeze it and then be able to kind of get the most updated view, which I think is really good for regular meetings. So if you've got a regular, marketing meeting, you can have a snapshot as it was in that day and then refresh it the next month and then just write your dialogue alongside it of what happened.
Our Power BI experts here at DataCamp are also super excited about this integration and how it'll make life easier for analysts.
So yeah, I'm excited to see that, and I've still got a lot of friends in the industry who will probably get more use of it now than I will, because obviously I'm not an analyst, but hopefully I'll get to teach some stuff around it.
I'm sure it's going to help a lot of kind of more insight data analyst roles who do use Power BI, but also have to do that kind of more presentation style storytelling to an audience that might not have access to the actual tool. So that's definitely something that looks exciting.
The next major feature in the announcement is Datamart in Power BI, a new Power BI Premium self-service capability that enables users to perform relational database analytics and uncover actionable insights from their data. Let's unpack what that means. In today's world, many businesses rely on centrally governed data sources built by professional developers. The drawback of this is that when a user needs something changed, like a new source of data or a different combination of data, they'd have to submit a request to the development team. When IT teams get overburdened, this means that either reporting and analysis is delayed, or users resort to building their own data mart to get things done, using tools like an Access database, a SharePoint site, or a spreadsheet. These solutions lack important capabilities, perform poorly, don't scale as data volumes and users grow, and can be pretty hard to govern. Yasin, how does this update help fix these problems?
It does give users of Power BI the ability to do things more hands-on, more on their own, in terms of taking information and data from different sources or a data warehouse, and then extracting the information they need, transforming and loading into something that's more specific for their own use for a report. So it might be for a specific subject. Again, a lot of companies have data in lots of different sources. So being able to combine it with this kind of out-of-the-box tool that Power BI is offering gives a user, whether experienced in SQL or not, a lot more freedom and independence in building the data that they want to report and analyze and visualize.
Would this help overburdened IT teams?
I think it will for the kind of smaller tasks, for sure. There have been large companies where IT will have a lot more longer term projects that will be working on. So when you're going with a small, I want to combine these two data sources, or can you clean this data source for me, or this data, it will take away the need for those little tasks that get pushed back because they might not be as high priority. So it definitely kind of gives the data analyst or the BI analyst or the Power BI user, whatever role they're in, a lot more freedom to do things quicker for themselves.
So what skills would analysts need to learn to use these features, and where could they start looking for information about Power BI?
But in terms of getting the data, you obviously would still need certain information from your IT department or your database administrators. Obviously, Microsoft has a lot of documentation and resources based on data source and data connections. DataCamp also has courses in our Power BI data analyst track where you can, again, get more information on how to connect to different data sources. If you're using databases, though, you will need some form of company databases, you will need some form of credentials. So that's why an IT department will still be necessary for you to get those.
Next on the list of new features is metrics. Previously known as goals, the metrics feature is aimed at making business scorecarding and benchmarking easier and more intuitive. One of the most hotly anticipated capabilities for the metrics feature in Power BI has been the ability to create cascading scorecards that roll up along hierarchies in your data. This new hierarchies feature enables you to set up a hierarchy for a scorecard and map the Power BI datasets referenced by metrics in the scorecard to the hierarchy. Oftentimes, a metric being tracked doesn't have a numerical value. For example, a grade or compliance rating might be tracked with a set of categorical values such as A, B, C, D, or F. Similarly, a metric that's tracking survey results might be based on categories such as 5 highly satisfied to 0 highly unsatisfied. The new metrics feature allows users to create metrics to directly track these categorical values. Jess, can you tell us what this means for businesses?
I think for businesses who are going to be using it, they'll get some really good value out of it. And I think more businesses should adopt it, even just like for OKR planning. Most teams tend to manage it in an Excel, but being able to connect it all up to your Power BI, your whole Power BI setup and platform, I think will, especially for companies that are a Microsoft like powerhouse, they'll really be able to get some good, integration with their OKRs for sure.
The last big feature announced is Power BI integration with Outlook and Office Hub. Similarly to the PowerPoint integration, Microsoft have realized that people within businesses are communicating analysis from Power BI through things like emails and chats. To better facilitate this, the Power BI personal app will be integrated into the Office Hub, enabling users to find, consume, and create Power BI content from Outlook. Microsoft are also making it easy to find and add Power BI content to Outlook emails as adaptive cards. The Power BI content included in emails will open in Outlook, allowing users to access Power BI without switching apps. That's all for this special edition of the Weekly Roundup. We hope you enjoyed it. Let us know in the comments what your thoughts are on the Power BI update, and don't forget to subscribe on whatever platform you're watching this to stay in the loop with the latest and greatest in data science.